Hey, welcome to the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast with that of Dave O'Neill in Pangy's chair.
I mean, what a bonus round. That's all we need
Whoa.
to say in this podcast is that Dave O'Neill's on it. But we'll give you some more information. Mel Bracewell drops in to talk all things New Zealand.
Neighbours was on the final ever and we took it apart.
It was great.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what else is on today? Dave O'Neill appearing at the Norwood Football Club. Now,
come
Dave, how do you roll when you're doing a free gig? You sort of,
I'll
have you
just
got
do
any free gig gags?
Just in 5 minutes.
Dave,
Jump off.
You're getting targeted by a con man.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I'm calling ACA and Seb Costello.
I'm going to lose my house
Imagine if Seb Costello's out the front of the Norwood Footy Club
with a microphone.
Can you imagine?
What are you going to say, Dave? What are you going to say? They're doing this gig for nothing.
Do it for the community.
And then Dave O'Neill snapped and elbowed me with
Yes.
his...
Ricky Nixon style.
Yeah, exactly. We also talked about what went wrong with your renovation, and Deano gets cheeky as heck with Dino's pitch.
Enjoy.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Friday. We made it.
Yeah.
We made it through Neighbours finale. Did you watch this
I
morning?
didn't watch it, but I've been cramming since. And it was a moving ep. They really, speaking of cramming, they really crammed in the cameos and the
see it?
storylines.
John, you watch it?
No, I didn't get a chance.
I'll be giving a full recap after 8.
Oh, yeah? Beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Craig McLaughlin make an appearance?
Did not.
No.
No.
Oh, what a disgrace.
Yeah.
No wonder I didn't watch it.
Not worth watching.
Now, what are
Hear
the
from all
producers
these
thinking?
Pests.
Maybe they're thinking they don't want to...
Luke Carpenter?
No, Lou!
There
What?
was no Lou.
Omit it.
What's going on here?
Do you know what? You could put a gun to my head and I could not tell you the name of that actor.
I know, right? What's Harold's real name? Ian
Bishop.
Smith. Ian Smith.
Yeah.
Ian Smith.
Mate.
Harold Bishop.
Harold
Ian
Bishop. Ian Bishop.
He just went with the same surname.
Just keep it easy.
Hey,
I'm going to find Luke Carpenter's name.
okay, please.
Yeah.
You can it's on
Mate,
chat. Here we go.
Is he okay or not?
Tom Oliver.
Tom Oliver, that's
Tom
right.
Oliver.
That doesn't match his face.
No, Tom Oliver sounds like a jockey's name.
His name
That's true.
is not Tom Oliver. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry, it is.
It's Lou Carpenter.
Yeah, it is. Lou is so much better for him.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Whether you've been craving the ocean, snow, mountains, or city lights, there are so many possibilities for you and your next trip.
Make up for missed holidays and explore more of Oz with whatif.com.
Jump online or on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel? I had a great day yesterday, one of the great days. I did all my normal stuff, but I had 2 highlights. One was in the evening, I went to the Melbourne Food and Wine Festival 30-year celebration. They turned 30, the Melbourne Food and Wine Festival. And it's one of the great things this city does, among many, many things.
That's a lot of arancini balls.
It's a lot, well, it was fancier than arancini balls.
It's like the
because
comedy festival.
very similar, yeah.
So different venues.
Yeah.
Going around.
Yeah, and just celebrating the amazing skills of chefs and the amazing produce in this state. So 30 years it's been going, and to celebrate, they did they hired the Plaza Ballroom, which you may remember from Married at First Sight, where Martha and Michael got married.
Ah, yes.
It's underneath the Regent. It is a magnificent room. It feels like you've walked into something fancy set in New York City in a movie. But they sort of looked forward to the next 30 years by the catering was done by 30 under 30, so 30 local chefs who were doing great things. They were all under 30 years old.
Oh, that's cool.
It
That is
was,
cool.
so there were 30 courses, 10 entrees, 10 mains.
Because all you hear about is really the older chefs,
That's right.
the more mature chefs that have been in the city for a long time.
But I can tell you, we have got a great future ahead of us because the chefs featured on last night's bill are working at Vue de Monde, Anchovy, Cumulus Inc., Gimlet, Society, Coda, all the big restaurants, and they've got amazing ideas and takes on what to do.
Any weird stuff?
Yes, lots of weird stuff, and all amazing. There were these little smoked mussels. The dish of the day for me was a little hollowed out jalapeno with sort of whipped cheese from Gippsland.
What?
And crunchy Asian-inspired flavours on top. I could have eaten 50.
Spicy?
Yeah, but just right, sweet as well. So that was a really exciting night. I went with Jamie Rowe, who's a huge foodie, and we just had the nicest time. Matt Preston was there, of course.
Preston. I saw him at the 9 to 5 musical, didn't we, Deano?
Yeah, we did actually.
He gets around, doesn't he? He is magnificent.
Yeah, magnificent.
Magnificent. And also the great Sally Cap was there, so I caught up with her. She sends her love to you.
Is she going to let me into Flinders Street Station yet?
Absolutely she is.
Thank you.
She asked me about that, actually.
Right.
She's like, tell Deano
She did
it
not.
is on. She did. She did. She didn't.
Oh, come on. Just keep the lie going.
It's very important. It's very important. Then the other highlight of my day, get into experience these restaurants too if you possibly can. They're just extraordinary. The next highlight of my day was I love to do acts of service for people I love, and I love you too.
Oh, yes?
And Priceline, this is not an ad, by the way. Priceline have a skincare sale on. And I was thrilled, Brownie, to go shopping for you.
Oh, Christine.
And I've bought you a little selection of my favourite products that you can put on your beautiful, world-famous visage.
Will they lift his eyebrows?
No, well, they might. You don't know. I've got you a little cleanser in the shower. I thought that's better for
Yes.
you because you're a busy man. You don't want to have to be over the sink. I'm the same. I only ever cleanse in the
Absolutely.
shower. I've got this for you. You'll
You know
love
me
it.
too well. That's the only place I do it.
Correct. And then these...
But I'm having a shave because the ingrown hair, Swanee, they
That's
kill
it.
me.
And the gout?
And the
Yeah, a
gout.
lot of gout,
I didn't get you an
jeez.
exfoliator, but I'll go back and get you one. And then I've got you these different moisturisers to try. You'll love them. There's one called Thirsty Skin, which I just got a vibe that your skin was thirsty.
The Ordinary.
Yes.
Toblerone. I thought it was a Toblerone.
Oh, well, you can't put that in your mouth
No.
or you'll chip another tooth. That's La Roche-Posay.
I hope
which
you got
is
a
another-
discount, Swanee.
I always get a discount.
Well, that's good because this seems like a lot of stuff.
But the favour was that somebody got it for you. That's the greatest thing of all. It's not about money.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean? Whatever.
No.
But I went in there and I asked the sales assistant, Roshan, and we put that together for you. And for you,
Thank you, hey,
Yes.
Christine.
my boy,
Christine, thank you very much for
it's
that.
my pleasure. I really hope you
wonderful
enjoy
gesture.
them. I hope you enjoy them. And
Magnificent.
I'll get you a exfoliator later, magnificent.
Need it after a
For
big night.
you, why did you want that in particular?
Because, all right, well, I love the smell, This is Tommy, the original Tommy Hilfiger fragrance.
Yeah.
But I'm worried that it's bogan. Jackie and Tommy, I value both of your opinions. Now, your honesty's important here. Don't blow smoke up me, Jack.
Well, Tommy was my second fragrance, so I still love the scent.
Yes.
Well,
I'm
there
all
you
for
go.
it.
I'm not a bogan.
No, and
you're
I
not.
think...
Tommy, thumbs up.
Well, you're going from Old Spice,
And
so that's a step up, mate.
can I tell you, my favourite fragrance is from the 90s as well. And if your skin does well with a fragrance, then stick to it. You know, it is nostalgia, but also that obviously works well on you, so you can't go wrong. Anyway,
smells
there
like
you
high
go.
school.
There
Smell
you
good,
go.
Deano.
Sonny,
You're going backwards.
thank you.
Benjamin Buttoning.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Listen up. Next week, we're playing the Masked Ringer. Call up next week to have Chrissie, Sam and Brownie play for you. If they guess the masked ring in, or ringer, if you will, you win $1,000.
I love that competition.
Listen to us all next week for your chance to win. The new era of TV's most bonkers show is almost here. The Masked Singer, starring C. Swan.
I'm so excited for you to see it. You're just going to love it.
August 7 on 10.
Fun as hell.
as hell.
I can't wait. And Swanee all over the promos too.
Yep.
I didn't know there was any other judge on the promo.
Same, John. Same, John.
Very noticeable.
Come on.
Mel B sitting at home wondering what's going on. She was cut out of the edit. Dave Hughes,
Out.
nothing, gone. Abby Chatfield, it's just a little snippet of her.
Just in.
Wrong.
That wasn't part of your rider, was it?
No, absolutely not. And
Swanee edited it, actually.
speaking of, Abby Chatfield is on the cover of Stella magazine on Sunday, and she's one of the most interesting, brilliant women in today's media. So
Snore.
please,
It was
she's
on Stella last week.
C. Swan.
Jeez, Christine. Renos. We've all been part of Renos.
We have.
Dino, have you been part of a Reno?
Brother, I don't own a house.
Is it even a reno if at the end of it you say, I'm never renovating again?
I know. Well,
That is the key.
you're spot on.
Yeah.
Because there's no easy Reno.
But then it's like having kids. You do it again. and then you remember, you're like, oh, that's right, this is shit.
Yeah, I've had one absolute shit show. I sacked the builder.
That's right. That
Halfway
was
through.
bad.
Did you?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
in Queensland. Yeah.
Queensland, mate. They marched him off the property.
Did you?
Frog march, if you will.
Yeah, the day before my honeymoon.
Wow.
Just had to do some business dealings.
Yeah.
In the backyard.
Do they
Time
not
for an
like?
extended smoko.
Do they not like feedback?
Well, absolutely, yeah. Well, but you got to expect feedback when you don't do the job.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's got to be a little bit of feedback, and then there's a bit of argy-bargy about...
What?
Anyway.
You bashed a tradie.
No, I didn't bash him.
No.
I bashed him with my tongue,
Yeah.
verbally.
And later on with papers from a lawyer.
Yeah, that's right, and then knuckle dusters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, yes,
Then Uncle Martin.
papers. So I'm going to take over the UK, Swanee, and actually, you know what? On the back of this, so the UK story, I'll tell you why I sacked the builder. One of the reasons why I sacked the builder. One of the many reasons, but I'm going to take you over the UK, and this is what got me thinking, Swanee. Junior and Kenzie have just bought a house over in the UK for £158,000.
Reasonable.
Reasonable, isn't it? 190,000 in Australian language. They
Can't
made
get a garage
real
for that.
creepy discovery. Well, it's a bit of a fixer-upper, clearly. But they weren't expecting when they started to do the floorboard, Swanee. You know, you've got the vents, like the heating vents or the aircon that come underneath
Yeah.
flooring. Or Jesus Christ, I've lost me.
The ducted heating.
The ducted heating. There you go, Swanee. Start again. Well, they've gone to start pulling it up and fixing it all up. Well, the previous owners had put all their dirty dishes down there in the vent, the room for the vent. So they pull the vent up in the cavity there. There's all the dirty dishes that are down there.
It's unbelievable what you find when you move in. When we moved into the house we're in now, there were all sorts of bits and bobs in exactly the same spot.
That is unbelievable, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What were the old owners doing? Putting them down there. So there was bowls, glasses, pieces of cutlery, and the dishes appeared to be caked with an old, unknown food substance, which the couple grimly described as being hard and crusty.
Oh, my God.
That's my alias online, brother.
I'm sure Deano's got a few hard and crusty objects around his place.
Correct.
So can you... unbelievable. So back to my renovation. Mate, I was sitting in the spa one night. Beautiful. Got a brand new spa, Swanee. Even put a TV in the wall. So you can sit back and watch reruns of my highlights.
I love that.
Or, episodes of Neighbours, of course.
Yes, of course.
Very topical. And then
Very topical.
Put the Jets on one night.
Yes.
Sitting back, first night, watching TV, go, how good's this? I've made it.
Sweet.
I'm in the new house, or the half-finished house at that stage, and then I go downstairs into the laundry, and all the spa water is coming down through the manhole.
Oh, shit.
Mate, this dickhead builder has forgot to connect the hose for the jets into the spa. So one of the jets is obviously going beautifully. The other one not connected. So the water is just flowing out into the roof cavity and then down into the laundry downstairs. Out. Gone. Sacked.
You'll hear from my lawyers.
Go straight to jail.
Fists.
And my fists.
Did that cost a lot on your dime to fix, John?
Well, it did because I sacked the builder. So I had to get it all sorted out myself.
Wow.
So what went wrong with your reno, Swanee? We've all got these stories, 13, 24, 10.
Yes.
Got a Scheisenhauser load of prizes. Give us a call, 13, 24, 10. What went wrong with your reno? Christina from Mulgrave, what's your reno nightmare?
We got our bathroom done a few years ago, and they put a bath in with a shower on the top, but the bath is on a lean, so it drains. So all the water that comes out the shower or when you have a bath, it will never drain. So there's always a puddle.
So what do you do at the end of it?
Nothing. You just have to leave a puddle, and then when you hop in the shower the next day, there's always that puddle there, but it's freezing cold.
Made it feel nice in the morning, wouldn't it? In the middle of winter.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it looked great. That's the sort of thing that you don't realise is a problem until after the builders have cleaned up and you've paid and gone. Nobody thinks to go, hang on, before I okay this, I'm going to have a shower and see what happens.
That's right.
Exactly. It's horrible.
Maybe the builder had a short leg.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, you've got a Daniel's dozen. It's Daniel's Donuts dozen, which means 13 donuts.
What's the time?
I don't have a watch
thank
on
you.
me. I don't have my watch on me.
Oh, no, we can't hear you.
Oh,
You're
come on,
acting
Jackie. Turn the microphone
you're
on.
acting like you can't hear us.
Thank you.
No, you wait, young lady.
Wait, because you got to find out what time it is.
It's busted.
No, there you are.
We
That's
can
it.
hear you, dog.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Daniel's Donuts time.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Simon from Bentley East, what's your Reno nightmare?
Good morning, guys.
Hello.
So we were expecting our second child, and we just put an extension on upstairs. And the builder had finished, and we were actually going out, so we got ready, had showers, used the bathroom, went downstairs, about to walk out the front door, and we could hear water. And the plumber hadn't connected the pipe, and the spare bedroom at that stage was completely flooded. And 15 grand later,
Oh, you're
$15
kidding.
15 grand.
15 grand?
yeah,
Did you pay for it,
15
Simon?
grand. Insurance, my friend.
Oh, boy.
Thank God
I'd
you
love
were
to say it was a cash hit, but it wasn't.
Can I ask what the excess is on a hit like that?
No, look, the builder apologised. What else did I do? The plumber didn't do his job properly, but no one's accountable these days.
I think
No,
water
exactly
damage
right.
is the worst.
Absolutely. We had one at home.
Of anything.
Yeah. Sewage went through our place, remember? Last year.
How could I forget?
A $250 voucher to Lottie. Lottie is your new St Kilda local, perfect for a
Sounds
casual
great.
drink or cosy dinner with friends. Go and yum char your face off.
Let's finish off with Catherine from FTG.
Hello.
Hi, Kath.
How are you, Chrissie?
Good, mate. What's your dodgy story?
Oh, dodgy story. Look, being a single female and you want work done by a man is just, trouble to start with. Anyway, I get this. I want my house. It's a 30-year-old weatherboard house, and I want it sort of repaired in preparation to be painted. So this builder comes out and he says, yep, I need, this needs replacing, this, I'll bog this and that. Then he says, and this is in COVID, and he says, hey, look, I see my guys paint. I can paint. I've been in the business for years. I might not do it normally, but I can paint it for you. So I'm going to work and I get home and he's painted over the top without any preparation with a spray gun, hasn't sanded, done nothing. So all my windows, doors have got just spray gun lines all over it.
Oh, man.
So you're walking, and I can just go and the flaking paint that's sitting on top of the old paint, you can just peel it off.
Oh.
Anyway, I've taken him to, because he took my money. He got me to pay him as he went, and I'd come home and
Did you pay him in cash, Catherine?
Good question.
Yes, I did.
Oh, no. You would have looked like your house would have looked like a train with graffiti all over it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly like it is. But I've taken him to VCAT and the builders, and you know what he does? He just denies his identity. So at the moment, I'm going through magistrate's court, but I've got to pay to go to the court. He's going to get away with it.
Yeah, he
Catherine,
is.
what you need to do is call up a current affair and get Seb Costello to approach him in the street.
I agree with that.
And if it doesn't go your way, just elbow him in the face.
Well, I should have known because he's 6 foot tall, but he's by, probably 6'3" wide. I sort of should have known. You don't look like you do much to me, mate.
Catherine, 6 bottles of Zonzo Estate wine paired with a perfect drop at Zonzo Estate, all that Italian food. It's in the heart of the Yarra Valley.
You got any uncles live out there, Dana?
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Friday, and great news for everybody with ears. The wonderful Dave O'Neill.
I'm here.
He's gracing us with his mellifluous tones.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah.
Soothing.
Soothing. Yes. I'm fresh from Yarrawonga. I was in Yarrawonga about 6 hours ago. So you're right.
Jeez. What were you doing down there?
The Riverina farmers. They were farmers. They were great.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
My
they were
people.
great. I went to the wrong place. I went to Club Whaler. I was at the golf club.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I walked in and the guy's like, yeah, you're in the Anzac room, mate. And I walk up and there's people in bow ties and it's got grain core dinner. I'm like, I don't think am I doing the grain core award?
Farmers wouldn't be dressed as in the bow ties.
No. I had the wrong place.
How far apart was it?
No, it's only 5 minutes down the road.
Okay,
Good
beautiful.
thing about Mulwala, everything's close.
Small.
What?
It's like Moama.
Yeah.
Close.
What is the Riverina famous for in terms of farming? If you're seeing farmers there,
Marijuana, mainly. Marijuana. That's what I kept saying. Who's growing the marijuana here, guys?
How do you get there?
The cash crop.
Hey, real quick before the song, what sort of farmer jokes were you going with?
Oh, mate, there was a young bloke, and I go, hey, I've seen you. Are you single, mate? He's like, yeah, I'm single, mate. You got to get on Farmer Wants a... What's it called? Farmer Wants a Root? Is that the thing that you're doing? Yeah. Gold.
How did that go?
Yeah, I loved it. Round of applause.
for more of that,
More of that.
for more of that, stick around.
Farmer wants a root.
Dave's here till 9. Dave's here till 9. Try the pasties.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
I'm going to shock you and tell you that I have a son at university now.
What?
I know. Well, you're not old enough to have a kid at uni.
No.
I have a son.
No one said that.
No one said that. No, I was thinking that.
I've lost my speaker.
He's doing arts, which is no surprise.
Yeah, what is art?
Mate, it's humanities, it's history, it's politics.
It's the best.
That's what I did. That's what my wife did. So it's like two lazy directionless people made love and produced another one. It'd be embarrassing if we had a doctor or a plumber. That's what I always say.
I
It'd be
say to my
embarrassing.
kids, an arts degree is a wonderful thing to get. It's the most maligned qualification there is, but for people that are wired like me,
Yeah, it's the
I
best.
think it's brilliant.
It's the
because
best.
and you get to choose everything that you
mate.
want to do.
What job
you
would
can
it lead
do.
to?
Teaching, politics. You know, arts degree is the most...
nothing really.
Yeah.
But it's
Centrelink.
no nothing. But it's
selling it.
no. But you know what? There's too much focus on what job is it going to get you. What about learning for the joy of learning?
Yeah, it's look, it's the most common. It's the most common degree that politicians in Australia have is an arts degree.
Really?
Yeah. They either law or arts or both. And so anyway, he's loving it. But they're doing the Model UN, where all the political students on the weekend get together and pretend to be the United Nations.
God, I love it
You know,
so much. How good is uni?
And they pass proposals, and he's like, Dad, what country should I be? And I said, I don't know, mate. What accents can you do? He's like, Dad, that's racist.
Dave,
That's racist. But how good would it be if you
You've
got
turned
up?
into Ted Bullpit.
Yeah, exactly.
In your old age.
How good would it be if you got up and said, okay, now we've got Greece, and he gets up and goes, hello, everybody. We will pass a proposal in a couple of days. Yeah.
I don't think it would be very good.
No.
Well, apparently he doesn't know who Con the Fruiter is. He said he's worried that I'm going to get cancelled. So if he was listening to this, he'd go, Dad's going to get cancelled. He's just worried he'll have to leave uni and get a job. Because personally, I would love to get cancelled.
That is a good fear.
Dave's got him at home watching reruns of Kingswood Country.
Imagine I'll be sitting at home just saying I can't do any gigs anymore. I've been cancelled.
Yeah.
Also, I couldn't do school drop-off or pick-up. I've shamed the family.
Yes.
No more parent-teacher interviews.
No, someone's going to set fire to your vehicle.
Uncancelable.
I could just...
say, Dave.
Really, me?
Uncancelable.
It would have happened by now.
Well, it could happen. But then I said to him, look, why don't you choose like one of the former Soviet states? Because I reckon that'd be interesting because, you know, somewhere like Kazakhstan or one of those places because it's got, economic and there's that threat of Russia. He goes, that's a really good idea. And I said, you know, also Kazakhstan, the home of Borat. So get up and go, hello, Kazakhstan, very nice. Get the wig, get the moustache.
Oh, no.
Mate, you got to get some work on your boy.
Oh, no.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast. Okay, Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch. What? Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch.
Hey, everyone. I'm a big believer in manifestation and putting things out into the universe, and maybe they happen.
Me too.
Like a manifesto, like the uni bomber. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he wrote that manifesto.
Yeah, exactly the same as that.
And the papers had to print it.
Yes.
What was his name?
Ted Kurinsky.
Something like that.
Yeah. I want to see your manifesto in the Herald Sun. Anyway.
I want to go overseas again. I want to go to Las Vegas. I want to take the whole show there. Now,
Oh, yes.
Now, full disclosure, our team behind the scenes won't like this break because I haven't cleared anything. I'm just launching it, Jackie.
Jack's not looking happy.
Well, Swanee tossed this up the other day.
Yeah.
to the point where by the end of the show it sounded like we were going away. to Vegas.
That was going to happen.
We tried to go to New York again behind the scenes, and they're like, well, why do you want to go? And we didn't really have an answer. We're just like,
To watch Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden.
yeah. And they were like, well, no. That's your you go on holidays
It's
if you want
more
to do
smooth
that.
FM.
Yeah.
Which, Swanee, in hindsight, a fair point.
Absolutely fair.
Last time I went to Vegas is because you big hero, you ran the marathon
New York.
with a busted butt. A busted one.
Well, afterwards I had a
Did you go to Vegas on that trip too?
No.
No. I want to go to Vegas this time, right?
But this one makes sense.
We need an excuse. And what better excuse than to take listeners?
Yeah.
And what better excuse to take listeners to...
Adele.
Oh, Adele, wow.
What a great fit. I sold it so well last week that our boss said, wow, have we got 10 tickets to Adele already? This is amazing. I went, no.
Is she doing a season in Vegas?
Man,
Yes.
at Caesars.
A residency.
Wow, like Celine Dion.
Yes.
Like who?
Celine Dion.
That sounds Trey
Celine.
Bien to me.
Celine.
Celine,
Dion,
yeah.
not Salon.
She might do it for free for us, like Dave O'Neill's doing the gig tonight.
Yeah.
No,
For
footy club.
charity reasons.
So Adele initially cancelled the residency because the tech wasn't right. She was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, she
I don't
said
have
it
enough-
ain't ready.
I don't have enough smoke machines.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, not smoke machines, but technical shit.
It was supposed to be done and dusted by now, but it wasn't ready. In her words, it ain't ready.
It's like me at Yarrawonga last night. A lot
Exactly.
going on
Very similar.
until you finish your mains.
So if we take listeners to Vegas, how many listeners would warrant this to happen?
10.
Oh, 10's
10.
enough.
10, Jackie?
10. I'd say 5 doubles.
Can you imagine we drive from LA? We don't have to, but we could drive from LA.
Yes, in the desert.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, absolutely. The Corvette into LAX, the Corvette's about 4 hours, 40 minutes drive.
Yeah.
So about 4 hours if you've got a Corvette or a Trans Am.
And then
Would it be red? A little red Corvette?
Absolutely it would be.
Then we're
Smoke
in
'em up.
Vegas. Then we're running wild in Vegas. Do you know what I found out you can do in Vegas? You've heard about all like you can go
married.
You can get married and all that stuff. You can shoot machine guns. That's a bit bogan, whatever. I heard right. You can rock up to a place, a paddock, and with no ticket or qualifications, you can just start digging it using an excavator. They'll
What?
Just, yeah. They'll just let you dig with an excavator.
That would
that'd
be really
be
fun.
fun.
Great.
That's just one of the things we
Dreams
can
do come true. I mean, I would be just happy to have like a hotel breakfast and a spa and see Adele. That's it for me.
All right,
That's a great
Seems a
holiday.
long way to go to get in an excavator and dig a hole.
Look, you know,
Like you could probably ring Toady.
Yeah.
That's what Toady's doing now.
Martin Pike, your ex-teammate,
Pikey,
would be able to
he'd
sort him
organise
out with an
that.
excavator.
Well, you want Piker to come on the trip as well? Is that
Oh,
what-
God, no.
Yeah, geez, that'd be unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
I shot. I went to a shooting range with Pikey on a footy trip in Vegas.
Yes.
And we'd had a big night the night before. We went to the range the next day. A little bit
Shaky.
dangerous he was
Good
with
idea.
a 44 Magnum in hand.
Dave, what better idea when you're hungover and fragile
Yeah.
to go operate a semi-automatic
You know,
weapon?
where they put up too. They put up posters of Saddam Hussein. It's a big Pikey. It was like Dirty Harry. Just he was
Did he hit the target or?
absolutely.
So American.
Will we shoot stuff? Probably. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're putting it out there.
Yeah.
We want to take you guys to Vegas.
And I think I think you would love it.
Oh, man.
Should we get some callers?
13, 24,
24, 10. Would you like to go to Vegas
Are
with
we doing
us
this, are we?
to see Adele? Just
Well-
would you like it? We're getting together a pitch document.
Is this
Right.
a temperature check, Swanee?
People
Yeah.
Temper check. Also, like Underworks, they came on board with the New York one.
Fantastic.
Great socks, man. I'll sell them on the Vegas Strip with a sandwich board.
Yes, so will I.
I'll sling socks.
Imagine us on the plane over in all our Underwork stuff because it gets cold on the plane.
Bit of sock puppet play.
Yes.
Mate, you'll get in the cage with those lions like those blokes. You know, the one got mauled.
Yeah, Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
You know this
We've
red-
got a full board of calls
you know
saying
this
yes, we
red,
would like to go.
You know this red phone that sits in our studio?
Yeah, it's
it
been
hasn't
recent-
rung for a long
No,
time.
because it's been disconnected.
Has it? Well, I was sort of wondering why that hasn't rang because I thought the management might have been on the call. Might have been on the phone just to say, Deano, what are you doing?
Well, it's a good question. Sharon and Sandhurst. I mean, come on.
I want to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Sharon.
Who doesn't, Sharon?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to go over there and dig holes in an excavator, Sharon?
No, I want to see Adele.
All right, fine. I'll do the digging for everyone. Ben, come on. Will you come dig with me, man?
I want to go to Vegas.
Yeah,
Yes,
brother.
Ben. Yes. Yeah, this is good.
Unsurprisingly, it's a popular idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kylie, would you come and dig in Vegas? Shoot some guns?
I want to go to Vegas.
Yes, Kylie. Yes, you sound like a vibe. Look, we haven't. We're being very. You've gone
Cheeky.
rogue.
This is very cheeky because
this is very cheeky.
It might not even be possible, but the fact that it's on the radio, you've done the idea. I've chucked it on the radio.
Yeah. We won't let go. We'll be like a dog with a bone. But the good news for you, Sharon, Ben, and Kylie, even if you don't get to go to Vegas with us, you may be able to go on your own because you're all in the draw for first class and 50K.
If this happens, I'm not going near Jack.
No. Oh, that would be... I've seen you in New York City and you were like two things from doom.
Excuse me, I'm the one that rocked up a full-time vibe every day even though I hadn't slept.
See, this is what he does. He's so convincing with his bullshit.
He's 4 years older now. It's not going to be good in Vegas.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Good morning, Melbourne. If you want to go to Best on Ground, it's Brownie's footy show on Saturday night on 504 Fox Footy. And you often describe it as a place for people to have their warm-up drinks.
That's right. It's a fill-up. It's a fill-up place on the way into town.
Before the young people go out.
Do they give you beer there as the audience?
Absolutely. You get to the green room early and they, a few drinks and a few chocolates, a few shapes.
Wow.
A bit of fun, Swanee. So
Cool.
it's a big party. So give us a
Benny
call.
Lomas. Benny
Lomas is the best warm-up man
in
the
the
world
business.
has ever seen.
He is the best man the world has ever seen.
He's a beautiful man.
Warm up or not.
Better than Jeff Bridges?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Well, you can get to watch the game too. Geelong v
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. So watch it on the big screens and the band entertains you, all that sort of stuff. So
Attacking footy.
The great Russell Robertson.
Sorry, Russell Robinson, absolutely. Can you believe that we asked Russell Robinson the other day what gig, at the end you sort of give the band a little bit of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, what gig are you playing this week, Russell Robinson? And he came out with, I'm going around to a mate's place to teach him how to play a guitar. I go, mate, that's not a gig, Russell. It's not a gig.
No one can come to that.
It didn't need to be broadcast on national television.
Russell.
Bless Russell.
Footy tonight. And your boys play Saturday night. Tom Stewart's back.
So exciting.
You know, he's now cancelling gigs, Dave O'Neill, to go to the football, Swanee.
Yeah,
This is how much of a Geelong nuffy he's become.
Yeah, I'm not taking any gigs on Saturday night. I'm going to watch the game.
Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which is big because tonight he's doing a gig free of charge.
With today. That's today.
Today?
Sorry.
All right, we will talk
Sorry,
about
we'll
it.
get to that later.
It's a lunchtime thing. 12 to 5.
Footy tonight is free.
5 hours?
What?
So,
5 hours? God almighty. I think, what are you doing, Dave? I need to have a chat to you afterwards.
fair enough.
Tonight, Fremantle versus Melbourne. Top 4 clash. Can't wait for that.
Freo.
Way to go.
And it's a grand old flag, so it's a win for all footy fans tonight.
Where is that
whoever wins
game at?
over in Perth. And Luke Jackson, the Melbourne star, will be playing against his new team next year. Looks like Fremantle are going to sign him to a multi-million-dollar deal next year.
Who's going to win that, do you reckon, Brownie? You're an expert. Freo?
You know what? Gut feel. I think Melbourne's going to bounce back tonight. Jack Silvani's been dropped by Carlton, which is a big surprise.
Big news.
Young Sauce. What about Kenny Hinkley, the coach of Port Adelaide?
Oh, yeah.
Love this story, Swanee. Kenny, he's an absolute beauty, Kenny. He's a Southwest boy down my neck of the woods, Swanee. Used to be assistant coach Geelong. Gone over and coached Port Adelaide for 10 years. He's got him close, Swanee. He's got him to the prelim final a few times.
Sure.
But hasn't been able to get them over the hump and get them to a grand final. They started the season off zipping 5. Not a great start. Not a great start with a very talented team there, Swanee. Well, now the Port Adelaide fans have taken to the entry. So when you drive into Port Adelaide, not just the footy ground, the actual town itself, you drive in there, there's a massive sign, "Welcome to Port Adelaide." That has been defaced with a big sign, "Sack Hinkley."
I've seen it. It's in the paper. Someone's actually printed it out on their computer.
Yes.
And then stuck it up on the sign. They've gone to a bit of trouble.
A lot of trouble.
It's not just a bit of graffiti.
It was fantastic.
I wonder if he's enjoying the same reception that Ted Lasso got. When he started,
Yes.
everyone's just going, wanker,
Yeah.
Wanker.
everywhere.
I wonder if he's
Maybe.
been called. Kenny's a wanker.
We're going to have Ken on our podcast. Do we bring that up? Like, obviously.
Of course we do, because it got brought up at Kenny's press conference, Swanee, yesterday, and he said those people that defaced it are weak. Those fans, weak.
Cowardly.
Cowardly, I
Yeah.
agree with that, Swanee.
Yeah.
So it doesn't worry him one bit, and it wouldn't, because he's as tough as hell. You know, Kenny Hinkley once whacked my old man. My old man was runner for a country footy team. Kenny was playing for the other mob. The old man was runner, and he came out and and Kenny's put one on his chin.
Did your dad hold a grudge?
No, he was all right, because
Why did he punch the runner?
I don't know, because I think there was a bit of... When Dad and Kenny used to play against each other, and there might have been some fisticuffs back in those days.
Talk about weak, hitting the runner.
Kenny got reported for that, and they had to go to the tribunal, and Dad had to turn up to the tribunal as the runner.
That is unbelievable.
I think Kenny might have got
John,
suspended for it.
sorry to
too.
interrupt before you go to this dimmer grab.
Yes.
Melbourne, if they do lose tonight, they could be out of the top 4.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's wild.
Premiership hangover. What's wrong with Max Gawn? Hey, got to look at the leash. The fish rots from the head, Swanee.
Oh, this is a
Take that
very
back.
harsh take.
And good news for you, Christine Swan, as a
Yeah.
Richmond supporter, though. All the talk's been Dusty's leaving.
I know.
He's going to GWS, going to Sydney, going to the Gold Coast Suns was brought up this week.
And by all accounts, it feels like the vibe is with Richmond's blessing. Am I wrong? It's we understand things change and it's been a great journey.
He wants to go to the Gold Coast because he's sick of the pressure and the attention.
Apparently. Well, not according to Dimmy yesterday. He was a bit stronger with these words.
Oh, I've got no doubt he'll be there next year. The fact of the matter is, and we've said this publicly, he's a Richmond man for the next 2 years. What he brings to the football club, both on and off the field, can't be measured.
And Dimmer's got no doubt he'll be playing for the Tigers next year, Swanee.
How can he be... Oh, right, he's saying he'll be with the Tigers next year.
The mighty Tigers.
Okay, I thought he was saying, there's no doubt he'll be on the Gold Coast next year.
No, Dimmer's saying he's a Richmond man.
Good.
So that'll bring a lot of joy
That's
to the
good.
Richmond supporters. And also, Dimmer was questioned, because remember early last Sunday, his reserves were playing against Williamstown.
Yeah.
And he yelled out to one of the Williamstown players, "You're a weak prick." Allegedly.
Yeah.
And it was reported to the AFL. There was complaints put in, all those sorts of things.
Wow.
He was asked yesterday, Swanee, whether he got into any trouble by the AFL, and he said, no, he hadn't got any trouble from the AFL. The Ali said, not from the AFL, but my mum, Pam, gave me a very stern reminder about my behaviour. It's funny how you're still scared of your mother at the age of 49.
Fair enough.
So Pam's giving him a dressing down. She'd be tough. She'd be a tough old bit of stuff too, I reckon, Pam Hardwick.
Yes, it's a tough bit of stuff.
So there you go. Talking footy.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Here we are, 8 o'clock on your Friday. We've got Dave O'Neill in situ.
Good morning. Big news, I'm selling my exercise bike. Job done.
Really? Is it one of those ones where one of the ones with the handles?
No. Only, you know what? Job done.
Job done, mate.
I've clocked it. It's like Donkey Kong.
In what way is the job done?
High score.
High score.
Has it dried all the clothes that it's going to dry for you?
Exactly. And I said, I'm going to put it on Facebook Marketplace, and Kieran's like, do you want people to know that you're selling an exercise bike? I said, they'd be more surprised if I was buying one. Come on.
They're hard work, aren't they?
Hey, at least I know if I was buying an exercise bike off you, at least I know it wouldn't have been used.
Yeah,
mate.
little used.
True.
Brand new.
Couple of things. We're going to go over the Neighbours finale last night. If you missed it, Swanee's got a full recap.
Everything you need to know to chat around
great.
the water cooler today at work.
90 minutes.
We also learned that Dave O'Neill's being conned.
I know, come on.
Hey, we know when you're being conned.
Do my diary and...
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
Last night there was a huge party in houses all over this fair city celebrating the finale of Neighbours. It's meant something to everyone in this town, I reckon.
I love Neighbours. Neighbours used to be big when I lived in a shared house. We'd all sit around before the internet.
Yeah.
And watch Neighbours. Joe Mangles was our favourite.
Yeah.
Mark Little.
Daphne.
Bounce to the dog, Daphne, the stripper.
Lou Carpenter.
Oh.
Yeah, Luke Carpenter. All the big
Harold.
names. All the big names, all the more contemporary names appeared on the show last night. The main draw for the episode was how the writers worked out all the storylines to make sense, and how I have only seen little snippets of it, but how I understand it occurred was the basic premise for the episode was Toadie's wedding to Mel, marriage to Mel, and then everybody gets together at the end and enjoys Zoom messages, which is...
Swanee, that must be tough for Toadie, because during his first wedding, he drove a Commodore into the ocean.
He's been married a lot of times.
Toadie, yeah, indeed.
Four times.
He killed his wife.
Yeah, brother.
God,
Yeah. But she came back and she was
Madeline.
evil. But
And they conceived a miracle baby, which he told us last night. Susan Kennedy, Jackie Woodburn delivered the final monologue, which was really moving, not a dry eye in the house. But here's the greatest hits. Margot Robbie zooms in to the Kennedy's lounge room to wish Toadie a happy wedding day.
An amazing wedding day, Toadie, and I love you guys so much. My years living on Ramsay Street were honestly some of the best of my entire life. You all stood by me, even when I invented the struggle era.
The what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Scott and Charlene, of course.
Oh, they returned.
Kylie and Jason.
From Queensland. They went to Queensland.
Yep.
She said Kylie said a total of 4 words.
Oh,
This is
The
wild.
whole show, but that's all right.
sure changed.
She was
I wanted
there.
more from Charlene.
She was there. They arrive in a green Mini Cooper. That's them. Get out of the car.
Wow. Look at this, huh? Crazy. We made it, huh?
Home sweet home.
Home sweet home, that's 3.
There's more car doors banging than words for her.
In one of the final scenes, Charlene, Scott, Paul and Harold, name a more iconic quartet, I'll wait.
Can't.
They're all standing on a balcony looking over Ramsay Street. Now see if you can hear the 4th word Kylie said.
It's so weird, man. So weird. Charlene? I didn't know you guys were coming down. So good to see.
There it is, Harold.
Wow.
Coming down from Queensland, they're sticking to the storyline.
If you're going to put the duds on and rock up on set, surely you'd want to say just a few more words than 4, Swanee.
She should have sung them out.
Yes.
I did love that they used Especially For You, one of the great songs. And Susan wrapped up the show. Susan Kennedy, wife of Dr. Carl Kennedy, and really the enduring star of the show. She delivered the final monologue.
Carl, I love you.
I love you too.
How do you begin to describe a street? Do you talk about the houses, the bricks and the mortar, the gardens and the trees? Or do you talk about the people, the young, the old, and everyone in between? Where do you begin with the history? Do you start with your own or those who came before you?
Touching.
I mean, full disclosure, I love Neighbours, the show. I'm not a Neighbours person.
No.
My idea of fresh hell would be to live on Ramsay Street in Erinsborough with everybody at your place, everybody in your business.
Yeah.
I would hate it. I'm not the sort of person where you can just go, I'm just popping in for a cuppa. No, I'm at home, but do not come in.
But there's a lot of hookups.
Yeah, there are little hookups. Yeah, that's true.
One
Anyway,
final question.
Yes.
Craig McLachlan make the cut?
He didn't.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Dave's Diary.
Yes, well, I go through my stand-up gigs that I've done and what's coming up, and this time last week I left the studio, had to go straight, well, not almost straight, to the Kilsyth Club to do the variety lunch.
Yes.
Big fundraising event.
Yep.
Then I headed off to Quambatook.
Quambatook,
which
that's
is about
right.
4.5 hours.
Yes.
That's so far
How
away.
big's the town?
No, it's 250 people.
Do you charge travel time?
No, I enjoy it.
No, why would you?
Sheets.
Get out on the
9
road.
hours of travel.
Couple of petrol station dimmies. Keep
Yes,
it going.
brother.
Hey, in fairness, though, it's actually nice driving. You get some quiet time.
Do you
quiet
charge
time.
petrol money?
Oh, sometimes. Some people do.
It's a 9-hour drive and petrol's the most expensive. Do you break even
That's
or are
nine-
you
Oh,
out
yeah.
of pocket?
Swanee, that's 9 hours of happiness, though.
Peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, I trust me.
You appreciate that. Average age at the Quambatook Hall about 65.
Okay.
They were great though.
So you have to adjust your gear accordingly.
Don't swear as much.
Okay.
But I talk a lot about how it was better in the 80s, and they love it.
They love
Yeah,
it.
They love
of
it. Good
course.
stuff.
Play to your crowd.
Love that stuff. The next night, headed off to the Corio Footy Club in Geelong.
Rough.
Me and yes.
I had a
Yeah,
couple of
that's
mates. I had a couple of mates that played for them.
Me and the great Brad Oakes were driving there. We got lost in Corio. As Geelong were playing Port Adelaide, and it was touch and go. And I said to Brad, if Geelong loses, it's not going to be pretty in there.
Nah.
So thank God Geelong won. And we got inside the Cryo Footy Club. There's about 30 young blokes sitting around watching the game. That's it, basically. And then a group of netballers turned up. And then they... all young players, like, you know, like I've got kids that age now.
Yeah.
So, but there was some gold in the crowd. There was a young very redhead young man. And I said, mate, I'm a big fan of your dad. He goes, you know my dad? I go, yeah, Cameron Ling. He's awesome.
Oh.
Come on.
How many times he reckons he's heard that one?
I said, you can't go to McDonald's. The kids think Ronald's turned up, don't they, mate? Like, it's just...
Jesus. Mate, the crowd would have loved that.
I just want to say you might need to review.
What?
Like I
We're
would
gonna get
never,
cancelled?
I would never tell you how to do things, but picking on redheads and fat people is really like
not in cryo, Swanee. No.
What? No, not at the footy club. You got to pick your audience. Also, if I'm fat, so I can always go fat guy.
Well, you can't really.
Oh, yeah,
just
I can.
because it flies in cryo doesn't mean it's okay.
I knew the crew in cryo. I spent a lot of time in cryo in my younger days.
They loved
One of my
it.
best mates played footy with. I'd stay at his place all the time, and they used to love the. Well, it wasn't really a joke. They used to say, "Oh, you know, every house in our street has been robbed, except for ours." So why is that? Oh, because my cousins, they're the ones doing all the robbing. Mate, but that was actually a true story.
If you're fat, you can do fat jokes. I mean, if there's a fat bloke with glasses, I always say, gee, Harry Potter's been on the pies, everyone.
Hey, come on now.
Anyway.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Oh,
I measure it. I mean, it depends where I am.
It's a footy club, Swanee.
Depends where I am. I didn't do those jokes at the... Monday, I had to do the Nuttalex 90-year birthday celebration.
You know how to party.
Oh, man. Nuttalex is a spread.
I love Nuttalex.
Oh, man, it's had a massive... Oh, that was great.
Who was the oldest person there?
Oh, that's a great question because the founder of Nuttalex's son was there and he would have been in his 70s.
Yeah.
And then the guy, the CEO got up and he was in his 60s. Then the sales director got up. He was in his... He said he was 72.
Wow.
And then some of the other sales guys got up. They were in their 50s. And my first comment was, well, it's good to see a company that employs old blokes.
Yes.
I mean, this isn't happening at Boost Juice, is it, guy? You know?
I would have thought so.
Imagine a 70-year-old wearing a bandana, being vibey.
Yeah. Banana-rama for Deano.
Imagine if there was like an 85-year-old sandwich artist at Subway.
Oh, yes. You'd have to be so patient.
Oh, yeah.
Nuttalex is a great company, family company, great. They had a cake making
Where's
competition.
their head office?
It's out in Scoresby now.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's out in Scoresby. We've got the factory out there.
Is it kosher? There's a kosher one.
There's a kosher one. There's halal.
Dairy-free spread.
Dairy-free spread. There's a new buttery one.
How do they make it? What's it made of?
That's what my partner asked. I don't know.
Is it like canola?
Yeah,
canola.
It used to have the squirrel on
got the squirrel on
the front. Yeah,
so
not anymore.
maybe it's made out of acorns.
Nuts.
Macadamias?
But it's a great spread. It's a great spread. We love Nuttalex. Today, though...
Did you get paid in Nuttalex sort of...
I bought some
containers?
Nuttalex on the way, and then I had it in my pocket, and I said, oh, guys, something's in my pocket, and then I pulled it out, and they all clap. Oh, wow, he's got the Nuttalex product.
Wait a minute.
And then I said, Vinny, the production man, is this one of yours, mate? Did you do this one?
How did you justify having a tub of butter in your pocket?
Well, because I don't do that at every gig. I'm not doing that at Cryo, am I?
He didn't need to. He didn't need to justify it.
Mate, he had some knuckle dusters for the cryo one.
I tell you what, I know what it's like, though. You do anything you can to just get them on side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the time I did the nut conference and I pulled out the 8 nuts that were represented there.
Yes,
And then you finished it with a nut representation of your own testicles.
Yes, the walnuts.
2 walnuts in a
little
bag.
sack.
Yeah.
But today I'm doing the Norwood Footy Club. Now I am doing it for free because my electrician is he's the secretary there.
Yeah.
And he said, no, mate, I'll just do some work around your house.
How much work did he do?
Well, I don't know.
How long was he at your house for?
Oh, an hour, maybe. So, and then the guy, I don't know, some other guy emails me, you've got to be there from 12 to 5.
What?
I'm not a male escort.
12 to 5?
I just got to do my stand-up.
You're certainly not a male escort if in exchange you're getting a couple of globes changed.
I was going to say,
Can
mate.
we call them now on air and tell them that you're not going to... We'll be your managers. Between 5 hours for nothing. Are
That's
you
unbelievable.
joking?
Well, Campbell Brown's there. He's emceeing
really?
with Dermot.
I'm sure he's doing it for free.
Oh, Dermot's not doing it for free.
No.
Hey, I got some good work out of it.
No, Dave, you are getting robbed. 5 hours of your time today, and Dermy and Campbell are getting
This
paid.
is what's happened. Those blokes got paid a fortune.
That's what's
They've got
happened.
nothing left in the budget.
That's what's happened.
So old mate said, I'll come round and change a light globe for you if you'll do it for free.
No, you just don't
and
do
you've
it.
fallen for it.
No, I'm turning up.
Now, Campbell's dogged you, and we're going to address this with
Okay,
him.
good.
Mate, this bloke would want to be installing three-phase power on your property for you to be doing this gig today for
1
nothing.
hour tops.
Yeah, I'll give you a report next week.
Thank you.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast. Mel Bracewell, a comedian, friend of the show, and you may have seen her on Have You Been Paying Attention or The Cheap Seats with our very own Mel Tracina. You can also see her hanging out in New Zealand, as that's why she's here to talk about New Zealand. Sign up to become a New Zealand secret agent today at newzealand.com. Here's Mel.
Welcome, Mel.
Thank you.
That plug has got me intrigued. I love the idea of becoming a secret agent of any kind. Tell me how I can become a New Zealand secret agent.
Essentially, we are mobilising a force that already exists.
Yeah.
So anyone who's ever travelled to New Zealand,
I have.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Anyone who has any ties to New Zealand, they come over here to Australia and they go, have you checked us out? And we basically want people to be enticed to do that more.
I played I played 2 games of football at the Cake Tin in Wellington.
Football, like AFL?
AFL, absolutely.
Wow.
And a game for premiership points. We played Anzac Day once at the Cake Tin.
Nice.
Against St Kilda, I think it was. And I remember going through the airport and half the boys, because they didn't clean their boots, getting pulled into the immigration centre and they had to wash their boots before they let them into the country.
Wow, you better hope they didn't have an orange, because otherwise you would be kicked out immediately.
I had one of my sort of top 20 memories in my life. It's been quite a long life. I'm very old.
Top 20, that's pretty good,
Top
though.
20. Is it Waitomo?
Waitomo Caves, yeah.
The caves, the glowworm caves. I could not believe my eyes.
This is a New Zealander's dream.
Well, I went
come
to
to Australia and have people go, because this is the thing, we're almost insecure in a way that's probably good. People will visit New Zealand and within 10 seconds we're like, so what do you think? Like, it's like people coming to a house, like a house party or something. You're like, okay, is the vibe good? What do you? And obviously
amazing.
It's unbelievable.
People say
It's 2
amazing
weeks in a row
things.
we've done an ad for New Zealand. Ursula Carlson hosted the other day, last Thursday when Swanee was away.
That's right.
And she ripped into an ad for New Zealand, but I agree with you, Mel.
It's the best.
absolutely-
I
it's
went there for
beautiful
the
country.
Lord of the Rings last movie. I
Yes.
was playing an orc. And anyway, we were when I was on Nova, originally we were flown out to interview all the actors. It was such a good time. Just hanging out. All the actors were there in Wellington. And because it's a little bit old-fashioned, and this was a while ago, there was no security or anything. And so the star of Lord of the Rings, what's her name? Her dad was in Aerosmith. Liv Tyler. Liv Tyler. I was interviewing her and she goes, there were a few fans waiting. This is before sort of mobiles. And she said, should I go and say hello to the fans outside the front of the hotel? I'm like, yeah, no problem at all, Liv. Just go down there. She went down there, then about suddenly 200 people turned up, and there was like a riot.
And that's your fault.
My fault. Well done, I told Liv Tyler. Yeah, no problem. Go down there.
The lesson is never take advice from Dave O'Neill.
Mel, what's your favourite part of New Zealand? What's the most magical to you?
I have. It's like choosing a favourite child, but I would have to say I love the beaches up north. And this is the weird thing about doing this is that I have a few friends that are a bit younger and they've never travelled to New Zealand. They don't even know much about New Zealand. And my friend was like, does New Zealand have beaches? I was like, we're an island. Like, it's basically mostly beaches.
You're girt by sea.
But I think also because everybody thinks it's always so freezing and and you associate
Skiing.
beach with, palm trees and pina
We
coladas.
have, if you can believe it, we have summer in New Zealand.
I know.
It's crazy.
It is a magical, magical place.
Thank you,
I
thank you.
really recommend getting there if you can as well.
Sign up to become a New Zealand secret agent today at newzealand.com. How's the cheap seats going?
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
How's our friend Mel Tracina going?
Mel Tracina was crushing it. Honestly, we went to go do the Neighbours tour last week. It was the most fun I've ever had. I was kind of, when you've got to do a shoot and stuff, I was kind of dreading it, but then we had the best time.
Out of 10. Mel Tracina's performance so far.
Mel Tracina's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Everyone.
I agree.
Okay, well, that's good. Okay, we'll set the benchmark. Tracina 10, Titus O'Reilly.
10. Everyone in the show.
No, he's not a 10.
He's not a
across
10.
the board.
9.
He's a 9.
Okay, all right, okay. I think what you're saying is I've got to measure everyone else slightly lower than your co-worker.
Yes.
Right, okay. All
Hey,
right.
we-
Everyone's a 9 except for Mel Bracewell.
We can't let you in here without playing a wacky FM radio game.
Oh, yes, my dreams.
It's time for...
No, I'm a nut. No, I'm a nut.
It's hard.
How does this work?
I'll tell you. Hold on.
I think I get
Enjoy the opener.
30 seconds on the clock. We're going to give you a topic, and you have to talk about it constantly for 30 seconds without saying or pausing.
Look how seriously
not
she's...
fair.
Have you been prepped for this?
No. Well, the problem is that I say and and people get so mad at me on the cheap seats. Like usually older people, they go, "Can you please not say And what's what you do as a comedian as well is like
You say,
you're trying to make it seem like your sentence is continuing, but you know they're going to laugh. So you go, and then I said banana, and you just try to make it seem like you're not
killing
trying.
time.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you can do this, you'll win a 2006 Suzuki Swift.
Oh my gosh,
That's yours, isn't
my.
it?
Correct, yeah,
Oh
manual.
my gosh,
$400
man!
Manual?
I've been giving my mum has been trying to sell my Suzuki Swift in New Zealand.
Are you a Swiftie?
Yeah, 2009, so doing pretty well. But it's I just said now, just talking about something that was.
Is that the
I knew.
topic, Suzuki Swift?
No, the topic is pretty fairly New Zealand. All right,
I went into
I've
bat
heard
for
of
you
it.
on this because somebody said, we'll give Mel kiwi fruit. I'm like, that just makes a hard thing even harder. Let's make
did
it
kiwi
broader.
fruit.
Well, you
You-
can
what?
choose. You can
I'm going to do
choose.
kiwi fruit.
Are you
okay.
crazy?
Well, it's a bit New Zealand related.
Consider
Okay.
that.
Okay.
30 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1.
This week, the opposition leader of New Zealand, he went to Puki, the kiwi fruit country of New Zealand.
10 seconds.
And he put it out and said, I'm into Puki, but actually at that time he was in Hawaii. Scandal. I haven't said that word that you've said can't say, so I'm doing pretty dang well in this talk about kiwi fruit. Cut it in half, have it on a pavlova.
You did it! Cut it in half. Cut it in half. Have it on a pavlova.
That was an absolute car crash. Mate.
I thought it was excellent.
I saw a news headline. I mentioned kiwi fruit. I was like, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And then I ran out of things to
What
say.
was that guy thinking?
So, he just went, today I'm in kiwi fruit country, Tapuki. And then people were like, no, you're not. And so it's been a massive scandal that he's in Hawaii
Do
and
you
not Tapuki.
ever wonder what these people are thinking at that time?
I
Like,
know.
that wouldn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
To say I was somewhere I wasn't.
Yes. Yeah,
Mel Bracewell.
He's a bloody Kiwi bloke down with the...
Enjoy your second Suzuki Swift, and don't forget, sign up to become
you just gave away your car.
Yeah, I'll empty out the bottles. Enjoy. Hey, this website is very good, newzealand.com. You can't forget that. Sign up to become a secret agent. Thanks for coming in, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Hey, everybody, it's Friday. What does it mean?
End of the week, look back, what it was, what it is, what we did, what we didn't. End of the week, you're getting out of bed with your alarm ringing at your head instead of getting ready for the weekend. Let's go through the week. Little bit of Brownie, little bit of Chrissie. Somewhere between there's hang necks, all three cheek time celebrate. It's Friday!
We put our hands up to the start of the weekend with the cheat sheet of the week.
Okay, let's go. On Monday, Chrissie gave us news of thrush.
Australian reality shows have been struck down by an outbreak of thrush. They're not pinpointing which show it is. Could be The Bachelor, could be Love Island, could be The Real Love Boat. Have you heard about The Real Love Boat? It's a new 10 show where it's set on a boat.
Oh, God.
Thrush.
I hope the COVID goes through that boat.
Thrush on a boat.
Thrush on a boat.
Ursula Carlson stopped by.
Oh, my God.
How's it going?
I'll hug you after the segment.
I will shake your hand.
kiss.
No, you won't. You will kiss me on the mouth like you normally do.
Sam gave us news of weather in London.
Mate, it's hot in London at the moment, hot in the UK. Up to 40 degrees. Code red, Brownie. First time in history, Britain declared a code red emergency for heat. And also Prince Andrew was spotted near a high school.
We had a chat to Alan Fletcher on Neighbours, and it went well.
It feels as if Neighbours has sent them into superstardom. A lot of big names, obviously Margot Robbie and whoever else has been.
So many of them. And Margot Robbie to name one.
Dr. Carl then gave us some fun facts about Neighbours.
So 37 years, a truly international television show.
Yeah, well, I've just come back from the UK. There's still 1.5 million people watch the show. So it's quite amazing to think a show is finishing when it's actually on probably the highest plateau it's ever been on.
Yeah.
Not in this country, though. It's on 10p challenge, so let's just...
Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free.
The whole time we've been on air, we finally know where we stand on this debate.
Do you identify as a geek or a beauty?
I'm a beauty every day of the week.
You're a beauty. What are you? You're a geek, Sammy.
I'm a beautiful geek.
You are.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just cool.
Brownie offered us an amazing quote.
You've got to risk the depression of defeat to experience the exhilaration of winning.
Yes, John. Then about 15 minutes later, he tried to give us the exact same quote.
You must experience. Actually, I've forgotten.
What just happened? He got his own quote.
Deano got some new teeth.
There is a smiling assassin to my left who has the whitest teeth I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, I went a natural colour. Pang's talking about my new teeth.
Mate, they look unbelievable.
They're really good. And you haven't gone for maths white, which can also be found on a Yamaha keyboard.
There's news of Nick Cannon having his 8th child. That's too many.
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. I reckon Nick Cannon's got the kid called Powerful.
Yes,
Yeah, brother.
exactly. Powerful Queen is her full name. His new baby, it's a boy, and his name is Legendary.
Yeah. If I was Nick Cannon's kid, I'd be looking for a ledge.
Ryan Maloney, a.k.a. Toadie from Neighbours, was in yesterday.
So it's wonderful to see you. Congratulations. Thank you for, coming in.
Thank you very much. If you're really that keen, I am out of work, so just
please. Sorry, that's just one of the best songs ever that came out of someone who starred on Neighbours. Holly Valance, Naughty Girl. Don't at me. Deano talked about Toadfish's hair in the 90s.
People call it a mullet. If I'm not mistaken, it was an undercut and a high pony with a puffy tail. That's exactly it. Just the natural curl. That age, in that period of time, an undercut was the thing that the kids
That's huge in the 90s.
Yeah, I just didn't realise that with really long curly hair, how shit it looked.
We then learnt how Toadie went from one scene to lasting 28 years on Neighbours.
I learnt very early on in the piece that when it comes up to contract time, you just bombard the story writers with a whole heap of storylines for your character.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, this character's got legs. Yeah, we'll give him another contract.
The big question for Ryan was finally asked.
Is it insulting when people call you Toadie?
No.
Kate
Got along
Ritchie's
with it.
not big on it when you call her Sally.
No, she doesn't like it.
Titus O'Reilly and Mick Malloy were on the show, and Titus gave some podcasts for Mick to listen to.
I said, how did you like that podcast I gave you? What did you say?
I said, really good. The guys are funny, but they talk a bit too fast for me.
What had happened?
It was on double speed. Apparently is.
We then had a chat about the Commonwealth Games.
I got a question.
What?
Where is it this year?
Oh, my God. Birmingham.
Do you know no one else wanted it?
I love the Commonwealth Games. It's a great reminder that the Olympics is only 2 years away.
That's it from me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I am out of here. Bye.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless
It's a weekend.
Nova 100.